Hi guys, it's Chrissie and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So yeah, today we're actually building another home in the Sims 4 and we're actually building in Mirage Park in Del Sol Valley. So yeah, before I tell you guys, a bit more about the build and everything, I feel like I really need to apologize for, not posting yesterday and for, not having all that many videos out this week, in general. I know I had 3 Sims 2 videos out, in the middle of the week, but I've kind of been like MIA since about like I think Friday or something, where I have just, been basically off the grid kind of. I haven't really been on Twitter or anything like that. And if you guys are new to the channel, you probably won't know this, but if you've been around on the channel for a while, or you're following me on Twitter, or you've been following me for a while, you guys will probably know that I'm basically on Twitter kind of like 24/7 basically. So yeah, you can always reach me on there. My Twitter is always linked in the description if any of you guys want to follow me on there or anything. I do post updates about basically everything on Twitter. So I talked about this on Twitter, but yeah, I haven't had a chance to mention it to you guys yet. But I don't know if you guys, if you watch the Sims 2 videos, but I talked about it in that a tiny bit, not really about this, but it's a whole thing. But yeah, I basically mentioned in those that I was really in the mood for some Sims 2 and I was feeling really kind of like crappy this whole week so far. I've been having, a lot of back pain and all of that stuff, and to kind of like distract myself from that, I played a lot more Sims 2 this week since yeah, I was just in the mood for some Sims 2, so I played it basically instead of the Sims 4, which is why we had 3 Sims 2 videos. But I then told you guys that I would have some Sims 4 videos up on Saturday and Sunday, to make up for having only Sims 2 videos the rest of the week. And yeah, so funnily enough, and I'm being very sarcastic when I say this, but yeah, so then I basically decided to go and get food poisoning on Friday. And again, I'm being very sarcastic when I say this because it's absolutely horrible to have food poisoning. I've had food poisoning twice in my life. No, by now I've had food poisoning twice before. Not twice before, but this was the second time I've had food poisoning, and it absolutely bloody sucks. So yeah, basically all of Friday and all of yesterday, which was Saturday, I basically was either running to the bathroom every 5 minutes or I was asleep basically. So yeah, I just, that horrible feeling where you can't, keep your eyes open, and I was just feeling like I was basically hit by a truck or something. Yeah, it's not nice, and I couldn't record feeling like that, and I didn't really want to record. I didn't even spend all that much time in front of my PC anyway. Like I said, I was basically asleep for most of the time. But yeah, so that's why there wasn't a video yesterday. I really feel like I need to apologize for that since I have been really slacking this week, especially with videos. And which is also why I'm still kind of recovering from it, which is why I might sound like a little bit not dead, but a little bit less, enthusiastic, I guess, than I normally sound in my videos. But yeah, that's why I'm still really like tired and kind of feeling like I said, like I've been hit by a truck, but I'm keeping stuff down. Thankfully, I've started keeping stuff down. I've been able to actually eat today, kind of. So yeah, that's a really big improvement since yeah, I ate for the first time last night in like 48 hours. So that was really nice being able to eat again. But yeah, so that's kind of where I've been this whole week. I'm hoping that this coming week will be better. And I know I haven't had like an episode of not Runaway Teen. Why do I keep wanting to call it Runaway Teen? Of Dakota's Road to Fame out this week, but I'm hoping to have an episode of that out later this week, and some more Sims 4 stuff, and there might be some more Sims 2 stuff as well. But yeah, I just wanted to explain to you guys where I've basically like been this whole week, kind of, since I have been very, not inactive, but I've been on social media a lot less than I normally am during the week and during the weekends and stuff. So yeah, I just felt like I needed to, tell you guys in case any of you were wondering where I was. But yeah, so a bit about this house. We're almost done with the exterior, the shape and everything, but I wanted to play around with the terrain tools a little bit more. So I actually made that kind of like walk down driveway kind of thing to the garage. That's actually the first floor, and then the ground floor basically. I'm saying that in air quotes. It's kind of like the second floor, in the Sims way of working stuff. But that doesn't really matter, but it works basically. It's all you guys need to know. It actually does work. Your Sims can walk down and use the door to get into the garage downstairs, and walk up those stairs to get to the backyard and everything. All of that works. I did test, all of the routing and stuff. Since we have terrain tools now, you kind of have to be a bit more careful with, your Sims' routing when you play with terrain tools. And I'm sorry, you guys probably just heard my phone. I keep forgetting to turn the bloody thing off when I record videos, but just my luck. It will, obviously just decide to go off when I'm recording. It'll be completely silent the rest of the day, but whatever. I hope you guys don't mind that, since I'm probably going to forget to edit it out. But yeah, so this whole house, everything is functional, and I play tested it and all of that stuff. But so this house is actually a family home, and it's built, like I said, in Mirage Park in Del Sol Valley. It's on a 40 by 30 lot. And yeah, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom family home. It costs about 180,000 simoleons, so it's not all that cheap or anything. But I did make it kind of like a restricted packs build. When I started this off, I wasn't intending to do this. I wanted to just use whatever packs I wanted, but at the end of the day, I only ended up using base game, get famous, and bowling night stuff. So I definitely wanted this to be a very kind of like mid-century themed home, so I wanted to use, like I said, get famous, obviously, and then bowling night stuff, since it goes really well with all of the mid-century stuff that came in get famous. So yeah, it only uses, like I said, base game and those 2 packs. But for some reason, when I went to upload it to the gallery, it says that it uses something from from Get to Work. And I had the filters on the whole time, so I know there's nothing of that in the build. But how you can click on the gallery when it tells you what packs it uses. You can click on the pack icon and see what's in the build that from which pack stuff is from. I'm so not making sense. But basically, you can click on the icon, on the pack icon on the gallery, and it'll tell you what you used from a certain pack. I hope that made a bit more sense. But yeah, so I clicked on it, and it didn't show me what I was using from Get to Work. I mean, it just showed me like nothing. And all of the other packs that I used, it actually showed me, use this chair and this bed and whatever. But for Get to Work, there was just nothing showing up. So I don't know if that was just a glitch or something. But yeah, I didn't use anything from Get to Work. So I do mention that in the gallery description as well of the build. So I just thought I'd mention it here as well, since this build is actually just base game, Get to Work, and not Get to Work. What the actual hell is wrong with me? See, this is what happens when I'm kind of still sick and recovering, and I'm still super tired and everything. This is what happens. This is what I sound like, which is why I normally don't record when I'm feeling like this. But basically, it just uses Get Famous, bowling night stuff, and the base game. But the gallery for some reason glitched out and says that it uses Get to Work even though it doesn't. That was a really long tangent that I went on to basically just say that, which I probably could have said in a hell of a lot easier if I just, kept it simple, basically. But yeah, I do start out using the Parenthood tiles. You guys will see that in the kitchen and the bathrooms and everything. But like I said, you know, when I came back to the build, I started the exterior of this build and, you know, the wallpapers and stuff on a totally different day, like last week. And then I went back to this last night and furnished it. So when I came back to it, I decided that I wanted to make it a restricted packs build. So I removed those tiles, I replaced them with, I think, just some base game tiles, which I still think suits the build pretty well. Like I said, I wanted it to be a very mid-century kind of theme, and you know, since I don't, you know, really know all that much about the mid-century theme, well, not theme but style and stuff, since I've never seen any of these kinds of homes where I live, but I've never really researched it or anything like that either. But I do know that orange and blue and a lot of bright, you know, not primary colors, but a lot of bright, simple colors were very in, I think, and kind of like maybe abstract kind of prints and stuff. I could be completely wrong. And if you guys know a bit more about this style that I kind of missed, or that I didn't know about, or that I'm just completely wrong about, definitely let me know that in the comments. And you know, definitely leave your suggestions for other builds that you guys would like to see. I keep forgetting to ask this on all of my videos, but I kind of mean to ask it on all of my videos, but like I said, I keep forgetting. But if you guys want to leave any like build suggestions, or you know, just like a general theme for a build, if you don't have like a specific idea, maybe just, you know, an art deco build or a modern nightclub, or you know, whatever, I can take your ideas. I always love hearing your guys' ideas, since it gives me kind of like a little bit of a, you know, a push, I guess, to think about that style that you guys mentioned, and to maybe go and look at some different pictures or stuff like that. That then gives me ideas as to what I can build, I guess, if that makes sense. So I always love hearing your guys' ideas. So like I said, if ever you're watching one of my videos and I forget to ask it in that video, do remember that you can always leave your ideas in the comments. And you know, any comments that you have about the build that I did, that you watched, or about the video that you watched, or anything like that, always leave those in the comments. I love hearing from you guys, and you know, hearing any like constructive criticism, or you know, like I said, ideas, suggestions, all of that stuff. And I'm basically rambling my butt off. But yeah, this build is it's very orange, it's very bright, it's very orange and blue. So yeah, I picked orange and blue, I guess, because I knew that a lot of the Get Famous and Bowling Night stuff items came in some really nice orange and blue swatches that I could very easily, you know, match together, since that's something that, you know, we have in The Sims 4 that, I don't know, I don't want to say that it's an obstacle that we have in The Sims 4, since I find it kind of useful sometimes, but you know, something that we have in The Sims 4 that can be kind of limiting is the fact that we can't pick what colors we want stuff to be. We have like set swatches that we can work with, set swatches that the developers gave us that we can work with, and a lot of the times those swatches don't always match, and a lot of the times you'll have something from different packs that, you know, wood colors, for example, that you think, oh, it's a dark wood, so it would probably match the dark wood from, let's say, the base game, or from this pack or that pack. But then you have the two next to each other and you're like, oh, yeah, no, they don't actually match. This one is kind of like a reddish wood, whilst this one is more of like a cool toned wood, and they look completely different, even though they probably should be the same. But yeah, that's something that I had to kind of, you know, keep in mind when I was building this, and when I was kind of looking for a color scheme, since I knew I wanted it to be kind of like lots of dark woods, I guess, and you know, have a kind of like a running theme throughout the whole house. So I had to like pick a color scheme that I knew would work with Get Famous and the Bowling Night stuff, since I didn't want to use any other packs. So for example, if I wanted to use like pink, anything pink in this build, you know, anything like a pink bedroom, or stuff like that, I knew that would be really, really hard to work with, since I don't think there's anything in bowling night stuff that's pink, and all of the base game pink items are either super modern and really light pink, or like super traditional, which is not the look I was going for. And Get Famous as well doesn't really have all that many like pink items, especially not in like the mid-century item style. A lot of the like over-the-top fancy rich items have pink swatches, but I didn't want to use those, so I had to kind of keep that in mind with the color scheme. But I really like the way this house turned out. I could actually see myself playing in this house, which says something, since I very rarely play in my own builds for some reason. I always love my builds. I wouldn't upload it if I didn't love it. But for some reason, I just almost never play in my builds. I guess that's because I really love, downloading stuff from the gallery from like my friends and creators that I follow. And since there are so many amazingly talented builders on the gallery, that I don't know, I always love like downloading their stuff and like playing with it and exploring it and seeing how they use different objects, or stuff like that, the different shapes that they came up with for a build, or the different uses that they had for certain types of furniture and stuff like that. But yeah, we're almost done with the build. I can't believe I made it through this whole voiceover. I do want to apologize again for the fact that this voiceover is probably one of the worst ones that I have ever done, since I already know it's going to be all over the place and very like dysfunctional and disorganized, and just me blabbing about random stuff and not sticking to a train of thought and all of that stuff. But hopefully the rest of the videos this week will be a bit more coherent, I guess that's the word I think that I'm looking for. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that the rest of the videos this week will be a bit more like normal, I guess, and on a bit of a better schedule, since this one is going to be later than I normally upload, and it's just a whole mess. But I didn't want the whole weekend to go by without any videos from me, and I also wanted to tell you guys, what's been going on and why I have been kind of like missing, basically. But yeah, I hope you guys liked the build. If you did, and you want to see more of these kinds of builds, definitely give this video a like. It always lets me know, like I said, that you liked it and that you would like to see more of these kinds of videos. And also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you on the channel. And remember to turn on the notification bell as well to be notified of whenever I post a new video, so that you don't miss any of my videos when they go up. Since I know I know not everyone follows me over on Twitter, but I always post on Twitter when I have a new video up. I also post over on Instagram and on Facebook, so I will leave all of my social media links are actually always in the description anyway, but I will include my Facebook link as well. So if you guys want to follow me over on those three, you definitely can, and I would love to have you there. But I hope you guys enjoyed the build, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye guys!